Welcome back to another episode of Down in the 216, hosted by your boy Will here. Man, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling today as we get into another interesting video topic? Pre-game, post-game analysis. Browns versus Bengals. We lost 17-16 to the Cincinnati Bengals. The game was much underscoring and more of a defensive battle than I originally expected. It started off pretty well. Well, not well for the Browns, but for the Bengals, they had a nice opening drive. Offensively, it was a good first half for them. I think they put up maybe 14 or 10 points in the first half. I think it maybe was 14 because I think they only got three points in the second half. So they ended up finishing with that. You've seen this team give up a rushing touchdown. Jamar Chase was, held pretty quietly. A lot of people expected Jamar Chase to go off, especially me, myself. Denzel Ward pretty much shut him down. So just something to look at and keep in mind there. This was another matchup where they go head up, where it's not a disaster at QB, and the Browns pretty much go head to head with the Bengals. So a lot to dive into and talk about and discuss. And just looking at the Browns offense, we're going to talk about some winners and some losers from today's game. Winner. Let's talk about losers first. Loser number one. It's kind of tough to pick a number one loser this week. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. It's kind of tough to pick a loser. Who's the number one loser from week one? Is it Andre Smith? I don't know if he's still on the team. It is Monday morning. I don't know if he's still on the team. I'm assuming it's him. I don't know if he's still on the team. If it's Andre Smith, or let's just go through the list. It's number one, Andre Smith, our kicker. He needs to go. This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. We make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition. So unfortunately, this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. Pick his bags. Let's find him and throw him out of Cleveland. Let's find him and take him to Cincinnati. I hope he got on a bus and traveled away as far as he can go. He don't need to come back. Second loser. Let's talk about this running back room. Jerome Ford. I have been patient. I've waited. I stopped. I waited some more. I gave you another opportunity. My guy, 34. We're going to call you 34 from now on. You lost your name. 34. 8 rushing yards. 8 rushing yards. 8 rushing yards. Say it with me one more time. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rushing yards from Jerome Ford. 34. 8 rushing yards from 34. 8. That's what your starting running back on your depth chart did. That's what your starting running back did for you. That you put him over Dylan Simpson. You're wasting opportunities, wasting possessions when you're giving it to 34 over Dylan Sampson. When you're giving it to 34 over Rocket. When you're giving it to 34 over Quishon Junkins. 34 needs to be terminated so he can go to another team and start new. It is up and done, over with. Let's walk away from it. You drafted 2 running backs. Develop your fucking picks. Next, Quishon Junkins. Let's talk about you. Quinshon Judkins signed, and we could go through and talk about it a little more into depth, but he was a loser. You know, you're not there the whole time. Your competition outplayed what we thought they were going to do. Dylan Sampson, we'll get to you in a second, buddy. But Quinshon Judkins, he was a loser, but also somewhat of a winner because Jerome Ford is so bad that we gotta play Quinshon Judkins. So he's not really necessarily a loser, but it went from him being like the lead back to it's definitely 1A, 1B right now. Like it's definitely Sampson, Judkins until Judkins outplaced Sampson. So that's what I would say he lost as far as that. Going on to the offensive lineman room, DeJuan Jones, 1, 2. Actually, why am I counting on my hand? 0 pressures from DeJuan Jones giving up to Trey Henderson in one-on-one situations, which is the same man that led the NFL in what do you lead this in sacks. So you got the NFL sack leader that held out crying and complaining about money getting locked up by our 3rd round pick. It's pretty good. You could win with that. You could win with that. Jack Conklin, scammer. That's all I'm gonna say about you, bro. What's Jack Conklin number? I think Jack Conklin 78. We're gonna call Jack Conklin 78. I am done. Over with. Send him home. Jack Conklin has yet to make it through a week 1 game. My whole time paying attention to this team. I'm pretty sure every single week 1 game or week 2 game, Jack Conklin has got hurt. Since he's been here. It's kind of hard to take you serious, bro. It's kind of hard, 78. It's kind of hard to take you seriously. Who else? Let's go. We went from the offensive line. Losers. Jerry Jeudy. Dropping make or bake plays, but yet you're clapping up in defenders over pass interference calls. Where's that energy at when it's time to catch the fucking ball? Please tell me. Where's that energy at when it's time to catch the ball? Where's that energy at when it's time to do your job? When the moment got hot and you had to make a play and you're supposed to be that guy, you didn't make the play. Cedric Tillman, you talk about stepping up. You said it's your time. What did you do? Can y'all tell me what Cedric Tillman did to step up? Because this is the second time he done dropped a critical pass at home in a go-ahead moment. This is the second time he done had to make a play and then dropped it. Not overthrown, not hard catch, dropped it. The second time. But she was talking about stepping up. Why aren't you stepping up? Jamari Thrash needs opportunity. If we're going to have guys just dropping the football like that. Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, I expect so much more out of you guys. Dropping the football at critical moments is shit that cannot happen. You can't have that if we have Pat Mahomes out there. You can't have that if we have Tom Brady out there. You're a receiver, you got to do the job no matter who is throwing the football. I don't care how hard it's coming. Now, Joe Flacco, getting on to Joe, played a decent game. I do feel like that first interception is on him. Jerry Jeudy had to lunge over here, jump on the ground to adjust to a ball that should have been caught right here. So, okay day from Joe. He only put up 16 points. It should have been 20 points, technically, right? So, it's the Bengals. It's kind of hard to take when it's a team that's known as being one of the worst defenses in the league. It's kind of hard to take a knot from what you got out of the offense or what you got out of the quarterback. Tight end wise, David Njoku was non-existent. Hannon Fannin Jr., my gosh, shout out to you. Hannon Fannin Jr. is like that 44. I'm gonna have to get a jersey. I'm not gonna lie, I like Fannin a lot. I think he's capable of being the third option on this team. I think he's very capable of being a third option on this team. I like Fenton Jr. a lot. He showed a lot of promise. If David Njoku wasn't here, he would be a top tight end in fantasy. I guarantee you. If David Njoku wasn't here. That's all I'll say as far as that. Going over to the defense, good game from Myles Garrett. He made a play, did what all he did. Of course, you don't want to see them give up that touchdown at the start of the game. Of course, you don't want to see us lose, but they held them to 17 points. It's not really a lot you can really ask out of the defense. Jamar Chase got put in jail. T. Higgins was put in jail. You don't really know how the Bengals won this game outside of having a good couple of opening drives. You really just lost this game on yourself. So it's really unfortunate that the Browns lost the way they did. I don't know who to necessarily blame for the loss outside of the kicker and the running back issues. Quinshon Judkins might have not even been there in that scenario. So it's like, is you going to blame somebody for re-signing Jerome Ford? Should we have Nick Chubb? So it kind of goes on Andrew Berry as far as what the running back room look like right now. But we going to see, man. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this team looks. Well, not very interesting. Let's just skip to, like, the middle of the season because these next 2 weeks, man, I don't know how we about to get through this shit. We got to play Baltimore, and we got to play Green Bay. I don't want to play Baltimore. I'm damn sure I don't want to play Green Bay. So it's going to be interesting, man. I think those are the two best teams in the league right now. Well, at least week 1 was. So we played them back-to-back. So starting off 0-0. Let's see how long can this Browns team take losing until changes get made. So hopefully we could, I think we could, be competitive with Baltimore. It is a Joe Flacco returning to Baltimore. So, it should be somewhat competitive. We might mess around and win. Don't be surprised. But, yeah, that's what I say. Y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this game. Do you still want Jerome Ford taking snaps for this team? Do you still want Andre Smith taking snaps for this team? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Pay attention to my reels. I drop reels all the time that's like shorter versions of this video, more condensed, quicker, in and out. They usually get a good amount of views. So pay attention to reels, just a longer version if y'all don't know. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Will No Will. Follow me on X, Will No Will. And then also follow my business, my brand, Detrimental Figures, DETFIG. Y'all tap in with us. But I'm out. Down in 216. Hit the like and subscribe button. Peace.